Hello and welcome back. We are in Diamond City. We're gonna keep going with the storyline. We're gonna go in here and talk to Nick. I did a few things off camera. I got another caravan going. The game glitched out. I put thrusters on him, but he has legs. It's stupid.
She's my client, Piper. Why don't you learn not to snoop on a woman's private affairs?
Well, well, speak of the devil.
You're back. And not with your son. What happened?
Where do you want me to start? The part where Kellogg turned out to be working for the Institute? Or the part where he told me they have Sean?
The Institute? Oh, boy.
I'm sorry, friend. Truly. That makes things considerably more complicated.
He ain't kidding. Heck, Nick gets us in, and even he's not kidding.
No sense does. Security protocols strip those memories out.
I need to find a way.
I've been investigating these creeps for over a year now. The Commonwealth's boogeyman. Feared and hated by everyone.
Enough.
Sometimes they sneak people in the middle of the night, and sometimes they leave them. But to this day, there's one thing nobody really knows.
Where the Institute actually is. Or how to get in.
Exactly. But there's one person who has to know, right? The guy who just handed them Sean.
Kellogg. Huh.
And like that would have had access. In and out.
Yeah, but I'm guessing he wasn't the surrender and talk type, was he?
He's dead, Nick.
So, a murderer and a kidnapper gets his brains blown out by an avenging parent. Huh. Be a great ending if we didn't still have the biggest mystery in the Commonwealth to solve.
He wasn't gonna talk. Even if I had a way of bringing him alive.
Gets his brains blown out. Huh. His brains. You know, we may not need the man at all.
You're talking crazy here, Nick. Got a fault in the old subroutines?
Look, there's a place in Good Neighbor called the Memory Den. Relive the past moments in your mind as clear as the day they happened. If anyone could get a dead brain to sing, it'll be Dr. Amari, the mind behind the memories.
I hope you're right, Nick.
Let's see. I guess we're gonna need a piece of Kellogg's brain. Enough gray matter to bring to Amari and find out if this is going to work.
Jesus, Nick. Gross. Seriously?
I know it's grisly, but what choice do we have? We got no leads, nothing. That old Merc's brain just might have all the secrets.
Actually, I think I already have something. Kellogg had this thing attached to his head.
Cybernetics, huh? You may have just won the lottery.
Whether we're riding this crazy brain train or not, we can't all go running across the Commonwealth, so who's coming with you?
I have to go to the memory den either way, if I'm going to introduce you to Amari. But if you want to head there together, just say so.
I already have someone with me. I'll meet you there, Nick.
All right. See you at the den. Don't worry. We're gonna get...
And it tells me Piper's available to be my companion.
We're out. I'm gonna get in the bridge. I'll be at the pub.
You're supposed to be at the castle. That's where you're supposed to be. But suddenly she decides to come from the castle all the way to Diamond City and talk to Nick about me. And that's how she gets in this conversation. I love how things make sense. Come on, Nick. Really, dude?
Do all you outsiders wear such funny clothes?
Yeah. Pretty much. We wear something other than rags.
No sense scared the hell out of me. Nikki, you ain't like those East.
Yeah, Nicky's a good guy, huh? So you stopped and you talked to a stranger. Kids, man. Kids. Oh, sorry about that. That was a yawn. Yes, it was. It's rainy out. It's gray and overcast and cool. It's sleeping weather, man. All right, come on, load screen. I got places to see, people to kill. It is definitely dark out. All right, good neighbor right there. I think the stories are progressing pretty good. Even though I am building settlements and defending settlements and stuff like that, I still haven't built up the settlement the way I want to. Like, I still want Sanctuary to be the big the jewel of the north or whatever, you know, big city. Abernathy Farm has a lot of room, but I don't want to have it has the same problem Sanctuary has. It's 57 miles away from everything. So I'm not going to build up two huge cities 57 miles away from everything. Not to mention, Sanctuary has water all the way around it. It's technically an island. So, you know, I can set up a whole lot of water where you can't do that at Abernathy. So I gave Abernathy guns and I put turrets out, and I'm leaving them alone. They can just do whatever. Sanctuary, I'm still going to build up into a huge city. The castle is going to be my military headquarters. And then there's a few others that I might build up. I want to build up some that are just going to be outposts, like Murkwater. It's just going to be an outpost. I may put a radio beacon there and get about 4 people in there. And maybe send a Minuteman down there. Because I would like to have a Minuteman in each of my settlements to, like, you know, run the place. Alright, so here we are, a good neighbor, and shit's blowing up already. Yeah, I was working it out on my head, right? Because you're going to have a few civilians at a settlement. A couple of them are going to have food, you know, be working on food so you can get food and water into your settlement. And then, you know, have a Minuteman. You'll be fine. And have a Minuteman that's an overall command of the settlement. You know, because I like it. I like it to have like that military feel to it. So, you know, you got a Minuteman walking around there, and you got some defenses up, people working, you know, some food and water, and you got a radio man there that can radio to the castle, hey, we got a problem, blah, 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 you know, or hey, we just saw, you know, we saw the gunners come by, headed towards a settlement or something, you know. It's in my head like that.
Well, Mr. Valentine.
He's walking, I'm in a car, and he beat me.
May have walked out the den, Irma, but I'd never walk out on you.
Amari's downstairs, you big flirt.
All right. I usually just walk through this quest as quickly as I can. The first 2 or 3 times doing it, you'll get tired of it. Trust me.
Dr. Amari?
Yes? I take it this isn't a social...
Why would it be a social call?
You're the one who can extract memories from a brain, right?
Normally, we only allow our clients to experience their own memories. Now, what's this all about?
We need a deep dig, Amari, but it's not going to be easy. The perp, Kellogg, is already cold on the floor.
Are you two mad? Putting aside the fact that you're asking me to defile a corpse, you do realize that the memory simulators require intact, living brains to function.
Please. Nick told me you're the only one who can make this work.
This dead brain had inside knowledge of the Institute, Amari. The biggest scientific secret of the Commonwealth. You need this, and so do we.
Fine. I'll take a look. But no guarantees. Do you have it with you?
Here's what I could find.
What's this? This isn't a brain. This is... Wait. That's the hippocampus. And this thing attached to it? A neural interface?
Those circuits look awfully familiar.
I'm not surprised. From what I've seen, all Institute technology has a similar architecture.
Go on, Doctor.
Mr. Valentine is an older generation synth. But Institute technology being what it is, the brain implant could fit him. But that's an incredible risk to take. We're talking about wiring something to his brain.
Don't worry about me, Amari. I'm well past the warranty date anyway.
Hey, I appreciate this, Nick.
You can thank me when we've found your son. All right, let's do this.
Whenever you're ready, Mr. Valentine. Just sit down.
If I start cackling like an old grizzled mercenary, pull me out, okay?
Nick, you gotta sit down in the chair, son.
Let's see here. I need you to keep talking to me, Mr. Valentine. Any slight change in your cognitive functions could be dire. Are you feeling any different?
There's a lot of flashes. Static. I can't make sense of any of it, Doc.
That's what I was afraid of. The mnemonic impressions are encoded. It appears the Institute has one last failsafe. There's a lock on the memories in the implant.
Tell me you have a way past this, Doctor.
Let me think. The encryption is too strong for a single mind. But what if we use two? We load both you and Mr. Valentine into the memory loungers. Run your cognitive functions in parallel. He'll act as a host, while your consciousness drives through whatever memories we can find.
All right, let's get started.
Just sit down over there, and keep your fingers crossed.
See you on the other side.
Yeah. Preston, you didn't sit down 2 seconds, son.
Initiating brainwave migration between the transplant and the host. Mnemonic activity coming from the transplant. It's degenerated, but it's there. We're going to load you into the strongest memories we can find. They might not be stable. Just hold on. Can you hear me? Ah, good. The simulation appears to be working, although the memories are quite fragmentary. I was that they will be memories, and hopefully finally give us some clue to the Institute's location. There. This is the earliest intact memory I can find.
Okay, this is Kellogg as a kid with his mom. His dad's in the other room. He's an asshole.
Remember,
Yeah.
you are experiencing
Kellogg's reading comics. He's got his dad's gun. Blah, blah, blah.
This doesn't seem to be what we're looking for. There appears to be another intact memory close to you in temporal sequence.
All right. So, this is Kellogg grown up, his wife, and his baby. And he is a mercenary. And then down this hall, this is Kellogg. His wife and baby are dead because he was an idiot. He betrayed the people he was working for. And,
You could just fuck with us, and we wouldn't fuck with you.
yeah, and,
So you know, they died like dogs. And you weren't there to help them.
and he goes in and just kills everybody, apparently. And this is him working on his own, and he's taking jobs to go kill people and neutralize targets and all that good stuff. And while he's doing that, he starts to get a reputation. And he also starts to fuck around with the Institute, taking out their people, disrupting their jobs, things like that.
I'm glad you decided to meet with me.
So, you're with the Institute. I wanted to see for myself if you really existed.
We do, as you can see.
What do you
It's come to my attention that you've been rather disruptive of our operations lately. This must stop.
I do what people pay me to do. If that's a problem for you, I could see only one way out.
And what's that, Mr. Kellogg?
If I'm working for you, there's no more problem. From what I hear, you can afford me.
I don't think you fully understand the situation.
I think I do.
Very well. B-748, initiate.
Systems offline.
Impressive. We may have something to talk about after all.
Getting warmer. One of these has got to.
And that is how he got in the Institute.
There's one that's mostly intact.
This one, if you play the game in vanilla, you know exactly what this is. I don't like the way that they can see me in the memories, you know. But this is where they come to get Sean, put a bullet in Nate's head, and, you know, taunt me, whatever.
I found another intact memory. Whenever you're ready.
And then here is the memory.
Is that your son? This appears to be a very recent memory. So, good news, I think.
Kellogg. It's okay. One of these days, you're gonna get your head blown off just barging in here like that.
Minimizing my exposure to civilians is a priority.
Forget I said anything. So what's the big crisis this time?
New orders for you. One of our scientists has left the Institute.
Left? As in?
He's gone rogue. Name's Dr. Brian Virgil. We know he's hiding somewhere in the glowing sea. His file.
Wow. Some heads are gonna roll for this. Capture and return, or just elimination?
Elimination. He was working on a highly classified program.
No kidding. One of the top bioscience boys? Damn. So, I guess you're taking the kid back with you.
Affirmative. Your only mission is to locate and eliminate Virgil.
You're taking me home to my father?
Yes. Stand next to me and hold still.
Okay.
Kid's got some high waters, man.
X688, ready to relay with Sean.
Bye, Mr. Kellogg. I don't know if I see you again.
Bye.
Teleportation. Now it all makes sense. Nobody's found the entrance to the Institute because there is no entrance. Let me pull you out of there as soon as you're ready.
But there is an entrance, as you find out if you go with the Minutemen.
Slow movements, okay? What kind of side effects the procedure might have had? No one's ever done this before. How do you feel?
Next time I have to watch someone's life story, I want popcorn.
Well, if you're cognizant enough to joke, I think we can safely say that you're out of critical condition. Are you ready to talk about what happened in there?
We got what we needed. The Institute uses teleportation to get in and out.
Yes, their greatest secret has finally been revealed. But that only leads to more questions. How does it work? Where do we go next?
That scientist, Kellogg, was supposed to track down. Virgil. We need to find him.
You're right. A rogue Institute scientist could answer all kinds of questions. Where did the memory say he was? The glowing sea? That doesn't make sense. No one goes there. Not even if they were desperate.
That's why he's there. To make the Institute think twice about following him.
That must be it. He's using the radiation in the glowing sea like a shield, or a cloak, a way to throw them off and be at an advantage. If Virgil found a way to survive there, you'll have to do the same. If you're going to follow him.
Oh, I'm going in naked. Fingers crossed I get superpowers.
I know you're joking, but as a doctor, I'm obligated to remind you that unprotected radioactive exposure will only kill you. Dead. D-E-A-D. So be sure you find a way to get through there with your life intact. And good luck. By the way, I unplugged Mr. Valentine first. Removed the implant while you were waking up. He's waiting for you upstairs.
Cross fingers for superpowers is awesome.
Nick.
You got what you were looking for inside my head. I was right. I should have killed you when you were on ice.
Kellogg. Is that you?
What? What are you talking about?
You sounded like Kellogg just then.
Did I? Huh. Mari said there might be some mnemonic impressions left over. Anyway, I feel fine, so let's get going. Or I could head back to Diamond City, since you've got company already.
I'll see you around, Nick.
Good luck out there. You know where to find me.
Okay. So that is the memory loungers and walking down memory lane with Kellogg and all that bullshit. So we have to go find Virgil now. Which is one reason that I went ahead and got Murkwater.
Sounds like Ellie needs to talk to us. We should head back to the office.
Now I know you all are doing your own
Brotherhood
thing,
of Steel,
but I don't
but
want
it's
anyone
stayed
here to
out.
forget what matters. Hey, Daisy, glad you can. How's my family?
All right, so Nick wants me to head back and talk to Ellie, but that starts us off in Far Harbor. We're going to do this first. We'll get to Far Harbor later. much later with these loading screens. And that's a cat. Hey, hush. Hush. You're getting on my microphone. And now the dog's up here because she saw me petting the cat. So I have a dog and a cat. And we still have a load screen. Oh. Now, I'm definitely going to pick up my armor before we go to the glowing sea. Okay, so let's do a real quick save here.
Time's up, asshole.
What? We're leaving. We're going to do a little bit of gear swap. Which this video is almost at 30 minutes. So I'm probably going to end this one. I'm going to do all the gear swapping and stuff. Drive down to Murkwater, and then we'll start the next one going into the glowing sea. That's more than likely what I'm going to do. I need to make some coffee and stuff anyway. This sniper rifle is not going to work in the glowing sea. We need the big one. And the game crashed anyway, so yeah. This is where we're going to stop. I will catch you guys on the next video. Boy, these crashes are something else, man. But it only usually happens, once every 20 or 30 minutes, I'll get a crash. Versus what it was doing the other day when I still had Clean and Smooth on, it was crashing every 5 minutes. Or crashing when I was in a certain area or something like that. The next playthrough I do, when I take a bunch of mods out, I'm hoping that kills some of these crashes. But anyway, I will catch you guys at Murkwater as we're going to go into the glowing sea on the next video. So thanks for watching and have a good evening.